What really happens in a haunted forest behind the scenes? Plus, if you're not really into Halloween, we got some Halloween hacks for you. And what is the stupidest thing that you've ever done? We got some stories that just might top that list. That and more on Imperfect by Design. Welcome to Imperfect by Design. All too often, everyone paints on social media, through filters, and even just through bragging and talking to their friends about how perfect their life is. Guess what? Life ain't perfect. We make mistakes, we fall, we cry. Right now, we're going to embrace those mistakes, laugh, share stories, and realize that it's okay to be imperfect by design. Now, normally we start off the week with a hero, and this week we've got a hero, Jeffrey Adams. I am joined, by the way, my name's KT Harris, DC media personality, with the one and only Melinda, one of my besties, Coastie with the Mostie.
Hello.
Now, Melinda, if you notice, is wearing her Nationals hat.
Woo, let's go Nats.
World Series happening right now. This is the final game tonight. We are recording this podcast before the final game, but our hero of the week has to be this guy by the name of Jeff Adams.
Yes.
Jeff, you are our hero. And the reason why is because Jeff, during the World Series, number one, not only is he a Nats fan, but during the World Series, refused to put down his 2 beers in his hand when a home run ball came towards him. Instead of catching the ball, he deflected it with his stomach and held his beer strong.
Save the beers.
Save the beer, Jeff. You are our hero of the week on Imperfect by Design. Speaking of which, now, Melinda.
Yes.
You were telling me the story about a couple ladies at the World Series that were doing something funky.
Yeah. Basically, they were sitting and decided to kind of like flash everyone. And by doing that, they got banned for life. And it was supposed to be for, breast cancer awareness, like free the nipple type of scenario. But, they called timeout and escorted them and they got arrested.
Now, I want to say this. They are Instagram models. They're named Julia Rose and Lauren Summer. I truly believe, like I said, my mom is a breast cancer survivor, so breast cancer awareness is huge for me.
Yeah.
But they were also not just promoting breast cancer awareness. They were also promoting their magazine, which happens to be titled Shag Mag.
Yeah.
Really? Shag Mag? Way to pump up that breast cancer awareness. Really, they just want to show off their tits. I'm not going to judge, though. I'm not going to judge. All right, so obviously we're in Halloween costume.
Yes,
Melinda, you're...
I'm like halfway in between, because... Can I talk a little bit about my scenario? Growing up, like... A lot of people are excited to bring their kids. Well, you ever wonder, like, any of the houses that didn't have their lights on? That was my house. I grew up, my parents didn't allow us to, like, get dressed up and everything because it was, like, a churchy thing. Mm-hmm. So I didn't really get to, go trick-or-treating at all. So for those that kind of, and you're adulting now and you kind of want to be included, I have 3 hacks. Did you hear about the story about the Burger King dressing up McDonald's? All you need to do...
Burger King dressed up like McDonald's.
Yeah. Exactly. All you need to do is just put a sheet over yourself. Maybe go to like Burger King, get a crown, and you two can kind of like ghost, So easy. Number 2, like if you don't have a date, then maybe make a sign that says free hugs. And then when you're in the party, try to find out that hottie and be like, hey, free hugs.
Yeah, I could see that backfiring on me because every single creepy guy would be like up on you all night long. They'd be like, oh, baby. And of course, I would get the free hugs from everybody that's got bad body odor. That's what would happen to me.
Think positive, girl.
All right, number 1.
And then the number 1, in case, you don't have any invitations to parties, I love Snapchat and Facebook filters. So pick your cutest photo with your friends and then add a little graphics and voila, it looks like you're having the time of your life. Happy Halloween.
And you don't get the hangover, which I think is fantastic. Now, speaking of Halloween, one of my favorite things to do, I've gone to a couple different corn mazes already. I went zombie paintballing because I'm really big into Halloween.
Yes.
And so, with that said, one of my good friends, who also happens to be our man-minute expert.
Yes.
His name is Paul. Now, Paul manages a place called Markoff's Haunted Forest, which is one of the most intense and best haunted forests on the East Coast.
No way.
And I've heard nothing but great things about it. I mean, it truly is one of those scariest places. And I've always wanted to know what happens behind the scenes. Paul, inquiring minds would like to know.
Oh my, oh my. Good evening, KT. How are you?
I am great. Thank you so much for joining us today, and happy Halloween.
Can't wait for this holiday to be done.
I know this is your crazy time of year. And speaking of crazy, I have got to know, what is the craziest thing that has ever happened at Markoff's Haunted Forest, or really just in your experience of being in the haunting area?
Oh my. I mean, we have so many people. We have 5,000 people a night come out to see us. So when you get that many drunken people around, you know something crazy is going to happen. But I think one of my most memorable crazy experiences is when I was walking through the trails, doing my normal checks of everything, and two people just come out of the woods at about 2 o'clock in the morning after we are closed. Completely closed. There's nobody else around. And they are like, oh, we got lost. AKA, they snuck off the trail. They were doing some dirty. And they were completely lost. And there's like two of us left, and they're completely in the dark on a 200-acre piece of property in the woods. Like, these guys were lost.
That is crazy, and that sounds like something would happen to me. Like, where it's like you sneak off to do like a little something nuts, and then you get lost. That would be me.
And I've caught people doing that too. And usually I put the flashlight on them and ask, "Hey, is it my turn next?"
Oh! All right. So the other question I had, and in this day and age, I can't help but wonder, because when I was going through some corn mazes earlier, I was like, wouldn't it be really crazy and weird if somebody actually did go like crazy, like they went Jason on you in the middle, and because you won't really know, because you've got all this blood and this gore and the screaming. I mean, what do you do? Have you ever experienced anything like that?
We actually check all of our props in and out, so we know exactly how many things we have out and where they should be, just for that very reason. That's actually happened, I believe, in the Midwest. Somebody went crazy and started killing people at an actual haunt. So, I mean, while it'd be awesome publicity, it'd be really horrible on the insurance policy. So
yeah,
we do everything we can to make sure everybody's safe walking around. We have had patrons take some of the props, and one of them took a fake gun. So we got to call out if somebody had a gun, and that was panic and chaos. And that guy got tackled.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's good to know that you are prepared and that you do have plans for that in case anything like that does happen.
Safety first. Woo.
So the next question and the final question, Paul, is inquiring minds want to know. When people are in that situation, they get scared shitless. I mean, let's face it, they just get terrified. And when you get terrified, sometimes you just like drop and run. What is the craziest, weirdest, most bizarre thing that anyone has left at Markoff's Haunted Forest?
Oh, God. Aside from your cell phone and your keys, which we have to find probably 20 sets of those every night, we have found a sexually stimulating device for a female or a male, depending on which hole you like.
Hold on, you found a sex toy?
What?
Yeah, yes, we found a sex toy, a little mini vibe, just poop on the trail, and I walked around like, yeah, it was great. It got returned, and I was like, oh my God, did you actually use your hands to pick that up? Oh God, go wash your hands right now. What the hell are you thinking?
Yeah, I would say that one definitely takes the cake as the weirdest thing that anyone has left.
Yeah, well, I mean, we find bongs, we find empty bottles, and actually, we just got a full bottle of rum the other night. It's like, after hours time, let's do this.
I know, but I would be terrified to drink it. I mean, I'm sorry. Someone leaves rum. As much as I love rum, yeah.
Yeah, it could be spiked. Watch out.
Has anyone ever left their shoe there? Because I would think, like, when you're running, like, you lose a flip-flop, because that happens to me at the beach all the time.
Well, you know what? You'd be surprised. There's one sitting in our lost and found pile right now. A big size, like number 15, from a very tall, I'm sure, gentleman who ran so fast he lost his shoe. And we found it a couple days later.
A size 15 shoe. I want his number. Yeah. Okay, Paul, thank you so much. Thanks so much for joining us on Imperfect by Design. And we will talk to you soon, hon. Happy Halloween. All right, so the next thing to discuss, the stupidest things we've ever done. It's been hashtagging the stupidest thing you've ever done. I would say that I'm probably the queen of this, so this was really tough for me to narrow down. But I want to know before I share my stupid story. Melinda.
Yeah.
What is the stupidest thing you've ever done?
Well, you know, with everybody getting all excited about like the World Series and getting tickets, I kind of wanted to share my story of another sporting event where I was at the NBA All-Star Weekend in Philadelphia, and my best friend, she had tickets, but we just had to get my ticket, and I ended up buying from the scalper. I didn't know it was fake tickets until I went to the front, and they said they were counterfeit, and I was just like, oh my God. Like,
how much money did you spend?
It was $250.
Wah, wah.
And, you know, luckily my friend, she like snuck her her ticket that got scanned, and I pretended that I was like, I went through another entrance, and I was like, I was on a smoke break. I didn't know I could, you know, go out. But yeah, that was probably the stupidest thing. And I know that a couple people spent like $2,500 to try to get World Series tickets at the Nats Park.
Don't buy from scalpers.
Yeah, don't do it.
Only buy from friends that you know.
Yeah.
Or on the internet, because everything is true on the internet.
Right. Well, this was way before, you know, like the apps and stuff like that. I mean, it really looked real. Like, it was scary.
Oh, wow.
Stupid. I won't do it again.
Well, you know what? It was gullible. But you know what? You managed that in the whole Imperfect by Design. She managed to get herself out of that mess, which is fantastic. Now, I mean, I had to narrow it down to two because I've done so many stupid things. One of them was probably I was going to go visit a girlfriend in Colorado, and my friend Christy, and I had everything set up. And being a single mom, when you make arrangements when you go away, you have to be on point when you come back,
right?
Because I'm supposed to meet my ex-husband, pick up my son after I get back. This whole time, I booked a ticket. I fly to Colorado. The whole time, I'm thinking I'm leaving at 9 a.m. It was 9 p.m. I got to the airport late, a hot mess late. I got pulled over by security. They went through my entire bag. I'm sweating bullets. I'm going, I am late. I'm going to miss this flight. And I get there, and when I'm at the desk, they're like, you're awfully early.
Daylight savings time.
But I did manage to get on a flight. But the other one is one that I think that you'll appreciate, Melinda, because you're like me.
Yeah.
You love spa days.
Oh, I love spas.
I am at a salon, and the manager says, you know what? On us, would you like a free chocolate body mask?
Ooh.
Chocolate body mask, free. Happy.
Yeah.
They take me back in the room. And when they take me back in the room, they say, get undressed, because there's this Vichy bath thing where you lay down and they spray you. She's like, take off all your clothes and then just put this on.
Okay.
She comes back and she opens the door and she looks at me laying on the table, and she just turns her head and she starts staring, and then she starts laughing.
Why?
She's like, that thing on your head is disposable undergarments that you're supposed to be wearing. I thought it was a shower cap.
Oh my God.
I genuinely thought it was a shower cap.
Oh no, girl.
So yeah, I would say if you've ever done anything stupid or silly like that, you're not the only one. And next week, this is going to be really good. Mm-hmm. Next week, if you've ever known anybody that always manages to win everything, how do they do it? We've got somebody who's going to be sharing that secret. Plus, I have devised a rhythm, a thing that just a surefire sign to tell when someone is crazy by what they post on the internet. How do I do it? What is my formula? You'll find out next on Imperfect by Design. Join us on social media. It's Imperfect by Design on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Whoa! Follow what the Queen says, otherwise you'll get your head chopped off.